So I've created this 14-week journey, this 14-week program called the Life Reboot Program. And it goes deeply into the physical body. So we find out your metabolic type, whether you can digest grains, whether your body prefers proteins or carbs or fats. We do a full health inspection of your glandular system, digestive system, nervous system, and we go really deep into those systems and discover what blockages are there. And we use physical ways and physical means to level up those systems. But what is constantly communicating with those systems is our mental body, specifically our subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind is always in contact with the physical body through sensations. So the body has sensations, and the subconscious mind is always listening and receiving those sensations. So by transforming the sensations that we experience, and this goes quite deep into past trauma, childhood trauma, transforming those situations, we transform our subconscious mind. And we also can come in from the other angle of the subconscious mind and transform those sensations. And this has a large impact on the emotional body. And once we impact the emotional body, there's lasting change. Because our thoughts are always a reflection from our emotional body. And our thoughts constantly feed our body. So we come in from many different angles. And I use many different processes. We go deep into human design. So this is a genetic process that we understand your genes at the DNA level. And when you were first born, for example, you take your first breath, you're imprinted with a certain frequency, a certain imprint. And by looking at that, it's like the software of the computer. For example, if the human body is a computer, then it's the software that we were given when we took our first breath. And it goes, it can seem quite metaphysical, but with people I work with, this information is priceless because it gives you such an insight into how to live in alignment with your unique expression. Your unique expression is everything. Not one person is the same, and most of us are going out there looking at a diet that works for someone, looking at a supplement that works for someone. Someone's doing affirmations and it's working for them. But it's actually got nothing to do with you because your expression is so unique to you. So this program is a journey into you. You are the program. And we work out what your unique expression on the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual plane, what you need at this time. And we go into that. So this program has come about through my journey of the past 8 years into my own physical health as well as working with others' physical health. And I've realized how impactful it is if we target health from all angles, not just the physical. If you're literally sitting there with some form of physical symptom, and say it's fatigue, say it's allergies, say it's digestive problems, adrenal fatigue, whatever it is that you're sitting there with, if you only address it through the physical, it's like a metaphor of an iceberg, for example. You're literally looking at the very tip of the iceberg, some form of symptom, some allergy, your body can't handle eggs, or your body reacts to dust mites, for example. And if you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to not drink milk and hope that this fixes it. It might give some form of brief relief, but it's not addressing the cause. And unless we go to the cause, the causality of what is actually causing this problem, what is causing this symptom, then there will not be lasting change. And you're going to spend your lifetime, jumping from one thing to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. You might stop your allergies, but then something else will show up. You might suppress that by changing one little thing in the physical reality, and then something else will show up. Unless we go deep into the subconscious mind, the emotional body, and totally transform that energy, release that stuck energy, what you resist persists. And all of us are constantly resisting life on a deep level. And it's because we came into this life very open, very expansive, very aware. And then there were certain situations that our reality has, it's based on a lot of fear a lot of the time. People calling names, physical abuse, whatever it is, it can be very subtle as well. But this causes trauma in the body. And unless we go to that trauma and release it, then these symptoms that we're experiencing and these health symptoms, they're just going to keep getting larger and larger and larger. And if we just move little pieces in the physical reality, like, oh, I got to eat more fruit, or oh, I got to drink this certain type of water, oh, I got to, yes, that will help. But it's only 1 or 2%. Each one of them it's little, it's little, it's little. If we actually transform the underlying cause of what's going on, that is priceless. Your reality totally shifts. And this is what I want to offer you. I want to offer you a total transformation of your reality. Yes, bring to me your physical symptoms. Yes, bring to me your health problems, your illnesses, your issues. And we will address them, absolutely. But we'll also go deeper and actually find out what's causing them and transform that event, that situation, that thought pattern, that trauma, that sensation on the body, that emotional charge that unless released and let go of, will constantly stay trapped in the body. And that manifests in physical symptoms. So this is what I've realized as I've journeyed deep into my own health and deep into other people's bodies and health and realities. And I've really discovered what works and what is superficial and what doesn't work, what might give slight relief at times. But I'm not into giving slight relief. I'm not into if someone has pimples just to stop their pimples and that's all. Yeah, that's a given. If you have pimples, it's very easy to stop having pimples. That is like the very tip of the iceberg. It's showing that your kidneys aren't filtering properly. Therefore, the skin is taking on extra burden, pushing out the toxins. But that is a physical thing. Yes, we will go into why it's happening physically and shift that very quickly. But there's also emotional things going on. There's subconscious things going on. And only when we get to that spot, that point where it all began, will there be lasting transformation. So that's what excites me. That's what excites me when I jump on a call with someone, when I'm face to face with someone, and we dive deep into lasting transformation. And I love seeing that when I work with people. There is deep and lasting transformation. So this 14-week program, this is what I want to offer. It's called a Life Reboot Program. It's very specific, and we journey very specifically into different areas, and we go down and down and down into the actual cause, and we transform that cause. We don't just talk about it. We don't just talk about the story and the trauma of what happened and what happened. That just extends the story. That deepens the trauma. We go in and release that energy, so there's no charge around that situation anymore. No matter how deep that situation is, if it's physical abuse, the subconscious mind, if you're sitting there and you're watching this and you've had some physical abuse, for example, the subconscious mind tries to protect you and suppress that and you actually may forget a lot of what happened. But the only way out and the only way to liberate ourselves and really experience full health and freedom is to go through that experience, is to go into the body. We can't keep looking and exploring things on the outside. Oh, okay, maybe this food will be my greatest healer. Maybe this thing will be. Maybe this affirmation will be. This is all the very tip of the iceberg. So if you're willing to actually dive deep, and not many people are. A lot of people want to try and manipulate the physical reality, put on makeup, try and do this, try and do that, try and manipulate certain things to get that feeling, to get that everlasting transformation, and that's not the way it works. So if you're sitting there and you've tried all these things and it hasn't worked, because it doesn't work, for everlasting transformation, it might give you some initial relief or some initial transformation. But if you're like, no, I really want to go deep, I want to really transform my reality, the time is right now. It's an incredible time to do that. As you look out, reality is speeding up. It's heating up. There's a lot of energy. People are being asked to come more into themselves, to shine for the world, to do what they love to do, to create what they want, to not settle anymore. We don't have to settle. So I'm offering you an opportunity to not settle, to really create the reality that excites you. Health being the first step. So it's a 14-week journey, Life Reboot Program. If this is something that excites you, you feel some resonance towards, you feel an intuitive yes, then trust that. Email me at info@charliemcguinness.com. Let me know a little bit about yourself and I can give you some more information. All the best for your journey.